Here's what I wish every travel advisor knew before hiring a designer. Number one, know your niche. Now, when I speak niche, I'm not talking Disney is my niche or cruises are my niche. Your niche is your ideal client. Really think about who you're selling to. You want to be able to speak to someone because if you try to speak to everybody, millions of people go to Disney every year. If you try to speak to every one of them, you're not speaking to anybody. You want to speak to, are you talking to Disney adults, multi-generational families, families with young children, families with teenagers, solo Disney travelers, luxury Disney travelers, budget Disney travelers? That's just the Disney examples. Think about who your ideal client is. What do they want? What do they need? What problems are they having, and what is their biggest challenge to planning their vacation? You want to think about that and then think about how you solve it. How does your service as a travel advisor solve their problems and make their lives better? So number one, know your niche. Number two, be ready to collaborate on messaging. So you need to think about everything I just said there, how your services improve your clients' lives, but you also need to think about what's your elevator pitch? Can you sell your business in just 1 to 2 sentences? What inspired you to become a travel professional? That's some important information that we can incorporate into your about page and into your solution section for your website. Then we also want to know what tone, what voice best represents your business. Are you approachable, professional, luxury, adventurous, playful, serious, sarcastic, just fun? Be in depth with these things when you're thinking about them. You don't want to just toss one word up there because that's not very descriptive when we're helping you write your copy for you. We need to get that message so we can really be in your voice. So whenever you're hiring a designer and they're going to write the copy for you, really make sure the messaging is on point, because that messaging goes across not just the copy on the page, but the photographs they choose, the way they incorporate color on your page, graphics and shapes, any animation on your page. All of that is part of the messaging and how you present yourself. And then, one of the most important things to remember is done is better than perfect. You have your entire career as a travel advisor to refine your website. But if you get stuck on making sure your website is just perfect before you launch your business or before you take that next step in your business, you're never going to take that step. You want to just get done and then go out and make sure you're doing what you do best. Help people plan the perfect trips for their situation, for their families, for their loved ones, for their relaxation. Done is better than perfect. So don't just iterate on your website nonstop. You're never going to get there if you try and do that. You're always going to see something you want to change. You can always do that in the future. People aren't going to see every last detail. They're going to see the message you're giving to them and how you're going to solve their problems and what they're going to get out of it. So think about the benefits your clients are going to get, not just, every last pixel. Are you thinking about building soon? If you are, just comment prep in the comments and I'll send you a prep checklist. You can have a behind the scenes look at our kickoff form.